I welcome you all on this Moksh Academy PG Career Series session. In this COVID world, have to conduct these online sessions. But traditionally, we have been training students for the USMLE and the licensing examinations, and for the informative awareness, we used to actually do in-person sessions across India. So thanks to COVID, now we are completely online. But yes, happy to help you in this entire journey. All right. So I'm your host today, Chirag, and I'm going to run through this entire conversation today with our guest. Today's session is something kind of an insider info, or a kind of a glimpse to what exactly is a journey of somebody just like you in a medical school in India. How did he actually overcome possible obstacles? So we are proud and happy to have somebody from your fraternity, Dr. Jinendra Lalit Satya. He is very much from Bombay. He completed his MBBS from the prestigious Grand Medical College, Sir JJ Group of Hospitals. So just like you, he had his dream to pursue a US residency. He further went on to do his MD in internal medicine from University of Miami, subsequently moved to NYC, where he is a chief medical resident for New York Medical College, and currently he is pursuing his advanced hepatology fellowship at the prestigious Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, a teaching hospital of the Harvard Medical School in Boston. His interest includes medical education, hepatology, and gastroenterology. So I welcome Dr. Satya on behalf of the entire student community. So thank you very much, Doctor, to be part of this session. Any opening remarks, before we start this power pack questions for you?
Thanks so much, Chirag. It's a pleasure to be here and talk to young students and hopefully provide them insight and answer questions which can be useful to them in their decisions along this long but rewarding journey.
Let's talk about the American healthcare system. All right. So, Doctor, what is your comment on support from ECFMG in your entire journey so far?
They've been very supportive. So back from 2013, when I was getting my ECFMG certification, through residency application, through my chief residency, visa sponsorship, and now with hepatology. So as everyone knows, you need, depending on if you're on J1, then you'll be in communication with ECFMG, of course, and you'll be renewing your visa annually, which is a lot of paperwork from your medical school, health ministry in India, getting your statement of needs from Delhi. That's a very important part of the whole application. Of course, with COVID, things are a moving variable at this point. And then ECFMG in Philadelphia with your teaching hospital. So all of these departments and bodies in different locations need to come together and making sure your paperwork is appropriate and in time. So ECFMG has been very supportive, I would say. Of course, there's a lot of application, emails, paperwork you need to do every year. But for the most part, it's very straightforward. And if there's something that you're missing or you need, they will always reach out to you. And they're a very supportive organization. Even through the pandemic, they've made a lot of changes, accommodations for people from everywhere in terms of making sure that their paperwork is in time and adequate.
Absolutely. In fact, 2020 match season, they had created a separate application pathway for students who could not appear the CS examination. So I absolutely see, it's kind of a unconditional support ECFMG provides to the international medical graduates. So of course, then the next question is, how important are IMGs for the American healthcare system? What is your observation on the same?
So in the United States, we're facing a national physician shortage, mostly primary care, but also in subspecialties, and more so in remote areas, not the big cities. So, even through the pandemic, working on the front lines with my colleagues and myself, IMGs are doing a lot of good work, and they're very important for the American healthcare system. this is something everyone recognizes. All the teaching hospitals, they know that IMGs are hard workers. They're a good asset. And the fact that someone gets through USMLEs and gets ECFMG certification and is chosen for a residency, that means that you are of a certain caliber. You passed a few obstacles and you're now working in the American healthcare system. They respect that, and they know that, coming from where we are, we probably worked harder than we're ever going to work in residency, which is actually good for us, because in residency you will never do 24-hour calls, which in India we do a lot of times, sometimes 36 hours. So it's meaning to say that they respect what we do, they respect our work ethic, our knowledge. And of course things are happening that are outside of our control, but I think that's only going to get better now next year. And even ECFMG is a very good advocate for IMGs. And as Chirag knows, there are certain things happening, rule changes, which ECFMG, is making sure that they speak up for us. And if you ever have any issues for any reason throughout your residency, ECFMG is your go-to. They'll always be on your side, making sure that you're doing well and satisfied with your training.
Absolutely. So again, a good insight.